Bentley Cox is getting low and fast on that number 319. Tristan Hebert is about 2 turns back. We look at Trent Cornett. Trent Cornett trying to challenge Hebert on the inside as Hebert grabs the halfway flags, come across that Liquid Molly finish line. And Gavin Berglund back up and going on to number 31, a lap down. Tough break for him as here comes, let's hear, 4th place. Christian Bain down that front stretch now as your race leader's already on the back stretch with a half a lap lead over the rest of the pack. But 2nd and 3rd aren't too far back. Thank you.
Ready to take over?
Here comes Christian Bain across that Liquid Molly finish line. Big thanks to our local sponsors, 321 Kawasaki, family owned for what, over 25 years now? 40 years. They got into, I know, talking to Benny Lewinstra, they bought their dealership when jet ski racing was getting going because they loved it so much. They went ahead and started a Kawasaki dealership, and they've been in the business 3 generations now of racing. Seeing your grandchildren out here, children out here, and Betty and Lee used to race themselves. Good seeing them out here supporting racing in our region all these years. Glad to have you part of the Jet Drive USA Series of Champions. Here comes Tristan Hebert, still holding on to 2nd place, so we got to run.
Zone C, write her down.
Yeah, at least like I'm recording it here so we don't lose anything. We gotta figure out why.
Gavin Berglund taking another water sample over there on the merge. As your race leader, Bentley Cox on the backstretch. What do we got, 2 to go for him or 1 to go? 1 to go. Bentley Cox getting ready to grab the white flag. As here comes Christian Bain down that Commander Industries front stretch. Not. Bentley Cox coming down that front stretch. Looks like he's going to take that outside split. And taking the win, going wire to wire, number 319. Out of Platt Smith, Nebraska, sponsored by Dean's Team and All Season Motorsports, taking the win. 2nd place, looks like it's going to go to, Trent Cornett makes the pass on that 627. Makes the pass on Tristan Hebert. Hebert takes 3rd place overall for the moto. Yes, sir. Holder, Tyler Gaskin to the line, please. Gaskin to the line to hold. Ryan Stevens can use a holder down on the line. If anybody can help him out, please. He came a long way. Let's get Ryan Stevens a holder down on the line. As looks like Gavin Berglund coming around the outside now, following the 405 of Christian Bain rounding out the field. Jackson Lloyd to the line to hold, please. Jackson to the line.
Chris Cowan and Ben Swanson to the line.
Chris Cowan, you should be down on the line, ready to go.
Warming up, he's coming your way. Swanson's out.
All right, looking down the lineup for race number 6. Out of Kearney, Missouri, one of those KC Rippers. He's 38 years old on the Yamaha Superjet, number 88, getting himself a moto win yesterday. Is Ivan Matev. Also out of Kansas City, 33 years old, sponsored by those KC Rippers on that round nose Superjet, number 91, getting himself a moto victory yesterday as well. Christopher Matev. Out of Gardner, Kansas, sponsored by all of his crazy friends and those Hillsdale Jackals, number 17, Chris the Crusher Cowan. All the way out of Mansfield, Ohio, sponsored by GC Racing, Easy Ski Hitch Haulers, Liquid Molly, Power Nuts, PWC Doctor, Lucor Automotive, and Imperial Autism Connections. Number 220, the short stroke, Ryan Stevens. Ryan Stevens on that red ski with the white trim on the pole position on the inside. Looks like Chris Cowan's going to line up next to him with the number 88, Ivan Matev. Taking the inside. On the outside, looks like it's going to be number 91, Christopher Matev out there all by himself.
Everybody there?
Yeah, we're good to go. Firing up. Bill's getting them started up. Big head nod. Waiting for Cowan. Cowan's ready to go. He's ready to go. Looking at the tower, green light. Matev with the jump. Cowan's going to come off the line late. Cowan not getting her started, and he's good to go. Yes, he did. And it looks like it's going to be Stevens with the start. Ryan Stevens on number 220 taking the whole shot out in front of those two round nose Super Jets, the Matev brothers, Ivan and Chris Matev. It looks like Chris Matev is in second, Ivan Matev in third, Cowan in fourth. I'll get a read as they come across. It looks like your race leader is going to go to the outside split. That's 220 down that Commander Industries front stretch. And it is number 88 on the outside, or inside, number 91 on the outside. So it's going to be Chris Matev behind Stevens. Stevens coming across that Liquid Molly Marine, grabbing himself a whole shot on the number 220 machine. As it looks like Matev brothers are coming through side by side, but it's going to be Chris Matev on the 91, followed by the 88 of Ivan Matev, and Chris Cowan, number 17, trying to reel him in. He's on the throttle. Chris Cowan taking third place in the GP ski race earlier today. Talking to Ryan Stevens earlier, he loves making the trip all the way from Ohio to Kansas because he loves this race site, loves the team out here and all the people and all of his friends that he's made over the years. We appreciate him coming all the way from Mansfield, Ohio, getting himself a whole shot yesterday. He had a little rough start. We had a pretty big line out there, and he mid-packed it. It's only his second race overall for the year, as it looks like Chris Cowan's already passed up into second place as he gets the twofer on the Matev brothers. So Chris Matev's going to slip back into the bubble on third, Ivan in fourth, as it looks like the 220 is going to be out in front of Ryan Stevens. Ryan Stevens is going to go to the outside split. Cowan is at the decision buoy now. Let's see what he's going to do. All right, so Ryan Stevens is out in front on that number 220. Ryan Stevens out in front. Chris Cowan trying to reel him in. Cowan is about a turn and a half back from Stevens. Cowan on the number 17. Chris Cowan going to working his way through the inside split down that Commander Industries front stretch. Ryan Stevens halfway to go for him as he passes that Liquid Molly finish line. Chris Cowan right behind him. Chris Cowan came out in fourth place. He's already passed himself up in a second, trying to put the pressure on that other 800 of Stevens. Cowan's right there with him, about a turn away. Cowan's at the merge now. Stevens about a turn in front of him. Stevens riding wide open, trying to give her all that he's got. Chris Cowan right there with him. Chris Matev coming through the finish line now, still followed by Ivan Matev in fourth place. Chris on the bubble in third. Chris Cowan still trying to reel in Ryan Stevens down the back stretch. Stevens at the horseshoe turn now. Chris Cowan doing the 7th inning stretch. He's trying to reel him in, but Ryan Stevens isn't giving up any real estate as he's still about a turn back. Sorry, about a turn ahead of Cowan. Cowan out there trying to rally hard. Race number 7 on the line with your holders. Race 7 on the line. Race 8 be ready to go. As Stevens is at the decision buoy now. Stevens has been taking the outside. Looks like he's going to stick to that line. Chris Cowan has been liking that inside, but he's going to follow the leader. Try to keep the pressure on as we got 2 to go, 1 to go. This is lap 4, 1 to go. As it looks like a half a lap to go for Cowan, as Stevens is opening up a lead over second place. Stevens laying that 800 over, trying to open up, hold on to his position. Let's see if Stevens can hold it up against the pressure here. As it looks like the Matef brothers battling down the front stretch side by side. Ivan Matef trying to make the pass on Chris Matef. Let's see how they come out at the merge. Ivan Matef on the inside, Chris Matef on the outside. Ivan's going to be right there with them, but it looks like they're going to come out side by side at the merge. But Ivan's going to have the head of steam, Chris Matef right there with him. Boy, those splits are even. They're right on. As it looks like Ryan Stevens is at the decision buoy now. 1 to go for Stevens as they come down the front stretch. Checker flags getting ready to come out for Stevens. Chris Cowan's going to take a shot at him through the inside split. Let's see if he can make it happen. Race number 7's on the line, ready to go. Stevens right there with him. Cowan's turn for turn. Cowan could get him. Stevens has got some rough water. Stevens gets low, and it looks like it'll be Stevens at the finish, taking the win wire to wire. Cowan on the number 17 in second place. As it looks like we've got Chris Matef holding off Ivan Matef. Ivan Matef goes down.
Rider down, zone A, rider down A.
Looks like Chris Matef on that number 91 is going to come across in third place. All right, I'm down here on the line with Jeff Wright. Jeff Wright, you were leading that race in moto number 1. Did he pull off? What happened there? We were a little confused.
I thought the race was over, and then I saw my buddy Rob Butler come in, and we decided to switch skis for the last lap. I noticed after Grant went by, I didn't realize the race was over.
Yeah, there was a white flag. We were wondering what's going on. I thought you were running out a little bit of power. That Dell's Jet Sports built machines were getting you out in front all season. You ready to bring that kind of speed over the World Finals this year?
Well, we won't have speed, it looks like, but hopefully by the end of the race, I'll be running.
All right, well, we hope to see you down there. Anybody you'd like to think that got help get you out here today?
Yeah, of course, my mom, she's amazing. And Lily, my holder, and my wife, and you.
Well, we're happy to have you out here. You've been racing for 47 years, I think. You're in your 60s now, so we're glad to see you out here still having a good time.
Well, thanks. I've been racing for 32 years, and I used to do handstands across the finish line. And I told Charles I was going to do one, and I just didn't have it anymore, so those days are over.
Yeah, time to break out the walker. Thank you very much for your time, Jeff. And looking down the line, we've got number 10, Brecklin Smith on the pole position with Luke Boswell lined up next to her on the number 44. Right next to Luke is going to be Ben Reamer on the 89. On the outside, start number 23 is going to be Karis Gaskin. And I didn't get to read all the way on the outside. I believe that's going to be Matt Nelson. All right. Yes, that's race 7 on the line.
In this race? What do you want to do, Jerry? Thanks.
Oh, Matt Nelson goes down at the finish. No, that's Luke Boswell goes down. So Caitlin Gaskin getting out in front. Ben Reber riding in the tray of Luke Boswell. Race number 8 on the line. Race number 8 on the line.
Now, yeah, get that kid off. Get the windshield off the track. Rider down. Rider down, zone C. Rider down C. Rider down, zone C. Rider down, zone C. Rider down, zone C.
All right, so we got race 8 on the line. We got race number 7. Sorry, I had to take a little bit of a break to handle a couple of things out there. As we got Caitlin Gaskin out in front, still followed by Luke Boswell. As Ben Reber goes down. Oh, no, that's Brecklin Smith went down on that number 10. So we got Ben Reber still holding on to third place. Caitlin Gaskin's going to go around the outside. Luke Boswell had himself a hole shot, but went down at the front stretch. Luke Boswell's on the inside. Caitlin Gaskin on the outside. Looks like Caitlin's going to hold on, but she's going to be challenged by Boswell. Boswell's right there with her. Boswell makes the pass, number 44, followed by number 23 with Ben Reber right there in third place. Race number 8 on the line. Race number 8 on the line. As here comes Matt Nelson on the number 311 in fourth place as Brecklin Smith gets back up and going. And let's see here. Caitlin Gaskin down the backstretch now. Oh, Caitlin goes down.
Off the ski. Rider down D off the ski. Rider down, section D.
And that's going to allow Luke Boswell to make a pass back around as everybody slows up here. Oh, and she came off that ski hard. So let's see here. We're going to get the count. It's going to be Luke Boswell out in front. Ben Reber in third. Caitlin Gaskin in second. And Matt Nelson in fourth. Race number 8's on the line with your holders. Justin Lewinster, that's your class. And Boswell goes down on the inside split. This is our beginner ski class. Here comes Caitlin Gaskin down the outside. Reber's going to follow Gaskin to the outside as Reber takes a knee. I'm sorry, Boswell takes a knee. Boswell still comes across in first place on number 44. Here comes Gaskin down the outside on the Commander Industries front stretch as they're getting ready to come down Liquid Moly Marine finish line. Ben Reber still holding on to third place right behind Gaskin, keeping the pressure on her. Matt Nelson, your other beginner ski rider, in fourth place on that number 311. That means Brecklin Smith. Brecklin Smith usually looks pretty smooth out there, and she's having a hard time navigating that rough water out there today. She's come off her ski twice. Tough break for Brecklin. And Ben Reber doing the 7th inning stretch down the backstretch. Halfway flags are out. We got 3 to go. Luke Boswell stretching it out as Ben Reber takes a knee in behind Caitlin Gaskin. Ben Reber goes down. It's getting a little rough on that back corner. I know this lake pretty well. It gets shallow through there, so the waves start to stack up as the wind blows in across the lake. So the riders are having a little bit of a hard time navigating. That's going to be a challenge throughout the afternoon. We'll see what the wind does. As Luke Boswell's at the decision buoy now, he has got a pretty healthy lead over second place Caitlin Gaskin on the number 23, still followed by the 89 of Ben Reber. As we got race number 8 starting to stack up on the line, race number 9 be ready to go. Race 8, you should be on the line. I should have Cash, Lambo, Bentley, Christian, Tristan, and Trent all down on the line, ready to go. Ben Reber goes down again as Luke Boswell still out in front on that number 44. Caitlin Gaskin still holding on to second place on that number 23. She's on the SXR 1500 out of Colorado, sponsored by Gaskin Granite. Here comes number 89, Ben Reaver, on that Yamaha Superjet 1050, sponsored by Renewal by Anderson, as he is not letting Caitlin go. Caitlin swings out wide. And Gaskin dives. Let's see here. Yep, Gaskin's in second place. Reaver trying to work her way around her in the third place position. As here comes Matt Nelson on that 311. Luke Boswell's got it on cruise control as he's on the back stretch. White flag is out for Brecklin Smith on that number 10. One to go for her, as it looks like Reaver is trying to make a pass on Gaskin on the back stretch. Gaskin has got about a half a turn advantage on Reaver. It's the 1500, so she's got the horsepower advantage as the checker flags are getting ready to come out for that 44 of Boswell. Gaskin trying to hold off Reaver. Reaver trying to come around the outside of Gaskin as he got a big left-hand turn here. But Reaver stuffs it. It comes off his ski.
Playing up in the boat. Rider down, second place. Long way for section.
As number 44, Luke Boswell takes the win. Looks like second place is going to go to Caitlin Gaskin on that number 23. As number 89, Ben Reaver stuffs it, comes off his boat at the end of the race. So that means third place is going to go to Matt Nelson as long as he navigates it correctly here. As Ben Reaver is getting helped back to his boat. It's pretty shallow over there. You can probably walk to it. And so number 311, Matt Nelson out of Lenexa, Kansas, a local rider, coming out in third place. Checkered flags are out for him. So we're going to come down here and have a moment with one of our favorite riders, usually touring all over the place, number 220, short stroke, Ryan Stevens. How'd you feel out there today?
Today was been great. I got a great start. I wasn't really expecting it to be that great. And the next thing I know, nobody beside me. I'm going, holy shoot, I get the whole shot this time around. So I kept it. I knew Chris Cowan was 90, and I knew he had a better fastest team and better riders, so I knew I could keep a clean run. I only bobbled twice. I caught the second time that he was able to close that gap. Then by the time I come into the slits, I had he was going to have another chance to catch him there. But I was able to hold it tight, got through the start line, finish line first, and had a great run.
It's a pretty fast track out there. It looks like you're having to hold it wide open. I know it's pretty simple, not a whole lot of turns, but how does that track make you feel out there?
It's a fun track, and I really enjoy the long sweep. Turn, back on the throttle. Take a quick check if you get a chance to check over your shoulder, see where they're at. Otherwise, just keep going.
Absolutely, Ryan. Good first moto today. Anybody that you'd like to thank that helped got you out here today?
I definitely need to thank my sponsors, TWC Doctor, we have them all in companies, we all First Watercraft Club represents us, takes care of us a lot, and then I have a special friend, Stephanie, with her.
Well, we appreciate you having you out here. It's always a pleasure having you come race Naughty Water Racing with us. And good luck in moto number 2. Hope to see you out here in the future. Yes, sir.
Easy ski hitch all over getting us here.
We appreciate it. Thank you very much, Ryan. We're going to go ahead and look at the lineup in race number 8 down the line now. We got the juniors, the 10 to 15-year-old lights class. Out of Saudi Daisy, Tennessee, sponsored by Chase Plumbing on that number 33. He's on that pole position. Is Cash McClure. On that number 107, JS 300 ski, sponsored by 321 Kawasaki. Is Lambo and Winstra. Out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska, sponsored by Dean's and All Season Motorsports. Number 319, Bentley Cox. Out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, sponsored by 405 Motorsports and Hamilton Customs. 405, Christian Bain. And in the 13 to 15 class on the number 41, getting himself some moto wins here so far today is Tristan Heber. And rounding out the field on number 722 on that Yamaha Superjet is Trent Cornett. Trent Cornett is going to be on the outside, lined up next to Heber, who's on the pole position. But Heber with a good start, but look at the 405, Christian Bain out like a light, as it looks like Cox is going to come out in fourth. Hebert in third. Christian Bain with the start out in first. Second place, I'm going to try to get a read on. I believe that was going to be Cox. Hebert and Cox battling side by side as they're coming through there. Bentley Cox, I could tell his riding style. He gets really low and hangs off the side of that ski. Hebert right there with him as these young guns hold it wide open coming around. as Christian Bain checks it up. Let's see who's going to be sweeping around the outside. That's Cash McClure, actually. Cash McClure going wide. Hold on to that corner speed. Cash McClure, 8 years old. He's going to follow the leader to the outside. Tristan Hebert's going to go to the inside split, followed by Trent Cornett. As your race leader, number 405, is going to be Christian Bain. Christian Bain checking over his shoulder, coming down that Commander Industries front stretch. But here goes Tristan Hebert. Tristan Hebert's going to rob the whole shot away from him. Christian Bain coming out in second. Bentley Cox in third. Cash McClure in fourth. And Trent Cornett came off the line last. He rounds out your field in fifth as Lambo Winstra is making his way around the outside now. And it looks like Tristan Hebert holding on to lead coming down that backstretch. Luke Boswell to the tower, please. Luke Boswell to the tower. Race number 9 on the line. Race number 9 on the line as here comes Lambo Lewinstra making his way across that Liquid Molly Marine finish line on the number 432. And we got a good race going on in the back of the pack. Second, third, and fourth are all racing side by side. Nothing but a wall of white water as they're coming around that horseshoe right-hand leaner. It looks like it's still Christian Bain holding off Cox and Cash McClure. Cash McClure right there in fourth place, trying to reel in that bubble of Cox. Cox looking over his shoulder as Tristan Hebert's opening up a lead. He's got about a turn on him. It's going to be all followed to the leader to the outside as Cash McClure trying to make it work for him. He's trying to set up, that's going to be Bentley Cox. Bentley Cox and Cash McClure racing side by side. Cash right there with him. Hold on to it, Cash, as he takes the lead coming down that front stretch across the finish line. As Christian Bain still holding on to second place, being chased closely by Cox and McClure. As your race leader, Tristan Hebert's all by himself. Leaving
looks like a whole different rider.
themselves.
I said he was on his ski, and then I realized it really was him.
We got the 722 Trent Cornett coming down now. As your race leaders going to have to deal with some lap traffic here any moment. As they got Lambo Loons trying to contend with us. Here comes Tristan Hebert. Thank you. Tristan Hebert making his way around the lapper. No problem for him. He's holding it wide open, making that left-hand turn. Here comes second, third, and fourth. Still all piled up.
Down A, rider down A.
Looks like Cash McClure goes down, hits a roller, comes off his ski, but he's all right. And that's going to allow Bain and Cox to get a little bit of a lead. Cash McClure looking really fast here this weekend so far as we got race number 9 starting to make their way down into the gate here. Luke Boswell to the tower, please. Luke Boswell to the tower. As Bentley Cox looks like he's going to go to the inside split. And Christian Bain to the outside. So Bentley Cox makes the pass on the inside split as Christian Bain had to get around the lap traffic of Lewinstra. Lewinstra on that JS 300, the old school ski. Looking good out there, giving it his best. Good to see the third generation of Lewinstras out there racing these stand-up jet skis. As your race leaders on the backstretch now, that's going to be Tristan Hebert. He's at the horseshoe sweeper. Bentley Cox laying it down, trying to reel him in. Bentley's about 2 turns back. He's got 1.5 to go for Bentley. Let's see if he can reel him in as he's opening up a little bit of a lead over the 405 of Christian Bain, it looks like. Hebert down the front stretch. White flag coming out for Hebert as he's making his way down the outside. Coming down that Commander Industries front stretch now, getting ready to cross that Liquid Molly Marine finish line. Huge thanks to our online streaming sponsor, Liquid Molly, for taking care of us at the Jet Tribe USA Series of Champions. Tristan Hebert looking over, saying, I got 1 to go. I could go cruise control. Bentley Cox holding off Christian Bain. Bentley's going to follow the leader to the outside. 1 to go for Cox, 1 to go for Bain. On that 405, Cash McClure's back up and running in that 4th place spot. Didn't lose too much ground as he tries to reel in Christian Bain and get himself back up on the podium. Let's see what Cash can do. Cash has got 1 to go to make it work for him, as it looks like Hebert's already on that 3-2-1 Kawasaki backstretch. Tristan Hebert not slowing down, not giving anything up as Trent Cornett's coming down the outside split now. Trent Cornett coming down now on that 722. Still followed by Lewinstra. As your race leader coming down the front stretch now, that's Tristan Hebert. Tristan with Lambo Lewinstra right in front of him. As Lambo's going to have to come around one more time as Lambo's on the lead lap. Nope, Lambo goes down at the very end, so Tristan Hebert makes the pass as Lambo Lewinstra comes around right now. Good to see Lambo out here. That's his first season ever racing. Son of Justin Lewinstra. Looks like second place is going to be Bentley Cox on the number 319 as Cash McClure tops a buoy. Cash McClure tops a buoy on, oh man, in a bad spot. He can't make it up at this point because it's on the last two turns before the finish line. But that shouldn't affect the overall. We'll see what happens though as Christian Bain comes across, followed by Cash McClure on that number 33. Luke Boswell, are you down here? No? Alrighty, we got race number 9 getting ready to happen. Oh, we got a good lineup it looks like. All right, we got one left out on the track. Lambo Lewinstra doing the glory lap right behind Trent Cornett.
Left on the course, coming around zone D.
And I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles. My name is Karis Webster and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's a perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class.
Looks like we're going to do 6.5 laps for race number 9. Looking down the lineup. Out of Omaha, Nebraska. On number 31, he's 14 years old as Gavin Bergman. Gavin all the way on the far outside. Lined up next to Gavin on the outside out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. On that number 32 is Josh Teague. And on the pole position, out of Springfield, Nebraska, on that number 301, sponsored by Wilson Premier Powder Coating, is Scott Wilson. Looking on the inside lineup, on boat number 14, out of Omaha, Nebraska, sponsored by A-Plus Pro Remodeling, All Season Motorsports, Wilson Premier Powder Coating, is Cole, the 11th hour, Martin. Lined up next to Cole, on number 821, out of Topeka, Kansas, part of that T-team, sponsored by Tim's Paintworks, is Tim Hicks. Lined up next to Tim, getting himself a couple hole shots yesterday out of Salina, Kansas. He's on that Sea-Doo, sponsored by Wasser Pistons, Slippery Wetsuits, Jet ODI Grips, 308 Performance, and his family, the 308, Ryan Smith. And lined up outside of Ryan, on that number 319 out of Platte, Nebraska, sponsored by All Season Motorsports, is Sean Cox. So it looks like Cole Martin is going to be on the pole position, with Hicks lined up next to him, and then Smith and then Cox all on the inside. On the outside is going to be Wilson, T, Berglund, and Lloyd. Jackson Lloyd out of Wichita, Kansas on the number 405. Berglund on the outside of the outside. Oh, watch this inside start. Ryan Smith is usually a whole shot king. Barks out by a couple. As we got the number 14, Cole Martin on the pole position on the inside. 301, Scott Wilson on the pole position on the outside. Wilson saying that 4-stroke has bought him a few more years of racing. Now that he's gotten off that 2-stroke. Of course, our tower starting him up. Bill looking for the heads. Everybody's saying good to go. We're looking at the light. And it's back to it. And it's going to be Ryan Smith with the whole shot on the 308. I get the thumbs up from the course marshals saying they're good to go. Luke Boswell, if you're in earshot, come on down to the tower, please. Luke Boswell to the tower as we got Ryan Smith out in front. I believe that's going to be Cox in second. Wilson battling with Martin in third, and Berglund in fifth. Race number 10 to the line. Race number 10 to the line. And it's going to be Smith to the inside. Smith on that 308 on that Commander Industries front stretch. Getting ready to come across that Liquid Moly finish line as it's going to be Sean Cox battling with Cole Martin. Side by side, it's going to be Cox and Martin, followed by Wilson on the 301. Right behind Wilson is going to be the 31 of Gavin Bergman, followed by Jackson Lloyd on that 405. with the number 32 of Josh Teague, followed by Tim Hicks on the 821. As your race leader, Ryan Smith on that 301, making his way down that 321 Kawasaki backstretch. And Cole Martin still battling with Sean Cox. Martin goes super wide as Cox is holding him off. It's a Cox fight in second place as Wilson's still in fourth. Let's see what happens here. I believe that could be Cole up in the second place. Those boats look almost identical, and their numbers suck, so it's hard to tell from here who's in second. But I do know that's Ryan Smith coming down that Commander Industries front stretch in first place. Ryan Smith really liking that inside split as that's working for him. I'm telling you, it's a little quicker on the inside. It's just a little choppier and rougher. And that does look like Cole Martin in second place, as Sean Cox, I believe, is going to go to the inside split in third, as Wilson's in fourth on that 301. Let's see who it is. I got the read here. That's going to be, yes, that is number 14 in second place, followed by Cox on that 319 in third, Wilson on the 301 in fourth. As Gavin Berglund hanging off that runabout, trying to reel in Jackson Lloyd on that 405, as Teague and Hicks battling in the back of the pack. As Ryan Smith is on that 321 Kawasaki backstretch, he's got himself up a gap opened up as Cole has been battling with Cox. Cox on the bubble, still in third place. Looks like the top three are stretching it out a little bit. We got about a turn going in between each of them. Wilson trying to reel in the bubble. Wilson still in fourth place as Ryan Smith comes across still in first. Cole Martin caught some static yesterday for putting buoys off the front of the skis. Looks like he's got it dialed in and figured out. He's running second place, still followed by Cox in third. All right, we got Hicks battling with the 32 of Josh Teague in the back of the pack as your race leaders opened up a three-turn lead. That's Ryan Smith giving her all she's got on that backstretch as Cole Martin is still running a fast second place finish. Ryan Smith giving some props to his competition, saying we're trying to get him going faster. He knows the faster his competition, the faster he's got to ride. So it's good to see Ryan Smith helping out others on the line with him. As Ryan's going to stick to the inside line. Looks like he likes it. Let's see what Martin does. I think the 11th hour is going to go to the outside. That's the line he's been taking. Yep. Cole's going to stay to the outside. Let's see what third place Sean Cox. Sean Cox is going to go to the outside. And Wilson is going to follow the leaders. So your top four are all bunched up together. They've got about a turn and a half between each of them as Jackson Lloyd is trying to make up some ground through that inside split section. Gavin Bergman is going to try to make the pass. Gavin's got some rough water ahead of him, though, as the 405 making his way through the inside split. And it looks like Jackson Lloyd's going to hold off Bergman. Bergman's got to check up and make that turn. Hicks and the 32 of Teague still battling in the back of the pack as your race leaders coming down that back stretch now. Ryan Smith all by himself, opening up a larger lead over Cole Martin. Cole Martin at that horseshoe now, still followed by Sean Cox in third. White flag getting ready to come out for your race leader. It's a beautiful day out here in Lawrence, Kansas at Clinton Lake at round number 6 of the Mid-America Series. Brought to you by Jet Tribe USA, Commander Industries, 321 Kawasaki, Naughty Water Racing, Liquid Molly, Jet Trim, Leisure Pools, Jay Caldwell Custom Pools, Rathos Beverages. Big shout out to all of our sponsors. I know I got a whole list. I'll get to you guys here in a little bit as Cole Martin is coming across in second place, still holding off the 319 of Sean Cox. Cox is still holding off Wilson. Wilson in fourth place on that number 301. White flag is out. And we still have a good battle going on between Bergman and Lloyd, but Lloyd looks like he's got him covered by about a turn as they're coming across that Liquid Molly finish line now. And your race leader getting ready to grab the checkered flags here. Coming out next is Hicks and the 32 of T come across. As Ryan Smith looks like he's going to take the outside split for the final time, coming down that 321 Kawasaki line. And Cole Martin right behind him. Cole about 2 turns back, so Ryan Smith should have it. Don't want to give him the old announcer's curse. As the checker flags are flying for Ryan Smith out of Salina, Kansas. Second place looks like it's going to be Cole, the 11th hour Martin on that number 14. Cole out of Omaha, Nebraska. Third place looks like it's going to go to Sean Cox out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska on that number 319. And Sean Cox is coming across right now, followed by Scott Wilson on that number 301. I'm going to be down here with Luke Boswell in the beginner ski stock class. You had a great start. How did it feel to hold off that pack today?
It was pretty good. I had one slide out there, so Caleb got past me, and I took the inside and passed that.
It was a pretty exciting for a beginner race. I know you had your first race over at Hillsdale Lake Kansas. Now you're out here this weekend. Do you anticipate racing again next year up in the novice class, maybe?
Oh, yes, for sure. We'll be out here.
How do you like riding that 1500? Do you think about jumping over to a super jet, or do you stick with the big body machine? Yeah, you like that speed. We do too. Anybody that you like to thank to help get you out here this weekend?
My parents and the whole Reaper family.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate you being out here. It was an exciting racing. Looking forward to seeing moto number 2. Good luck. Hopefully, get yourself an overall for today. Yes, sir. Come on up here, Christian. Christian, you had a good start. It went pretty well for you today. You came all the way out of Oklahoma City. How do you like riding that number 405 Super Jet?
It was good since it's big and we finally had the right spark plugs in it.
You had the wrong spark plugs in it. Who's your mechanic?
My dad.
Oh, man. You always got to check what they're doing, right? How did it feel out there today? Do you like the course?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect. What's your favorite part?
It's the slates.
Splits. Do you like the inside or the outside better?
Outside.
Outside. You should give that inside a try. It's a little quicker. Well, you're looking really fast out there. Anybody that you'd like to thank?
My mom and dad, Commander, and horse racing.
Awesome. Well, good luck at moto number 2. We're looking forward to seeing you out there. Give it up for Christian Bain on that 405. We got race number 10 down on the line in the 1500 class out of Liberty, Missouri. On that number 51, SXR 1500, sponsored by Commander Mike, the Missile Williams. Mike on the pole position. Lined up next to Mike on that number 67 out of Henderson, Colorado. Sponsored by Peak Power Sports is Kelly Sturt Cantola. Next to Kelly on that number 26, one of those Hillsdale Jackals, is Mark Hunter. Lined up outside of Mark on the red and black SXR 1500 is going to be Steve Blake out of Shawnee, Kansas. On the outside pole position, number 580 out of Lawrence, Kansas, is going to be Nate Haig. Lined up on the outside of Nate on that number 417 is going to be Richard Haig. Richard Haig on the far outside. Oh, that's going to be a red flag, 51. That's going to be 51 with the jump. Looks like the Missile was on the move. We're going to get him with the dead engine start as he was out there just a hair ahead of time. Mike Williams bringing it back. Oh, Mike's going to grab. He had himself a hole shot, too. I don't think he needed to jump it. Steve Blake would have been right there with him. Cantola in third, and Hunter in fourth, and Haig in fifth.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Smith. We're here at Jet Trim getting some new mats for race season. Let's go inside.
Hi, Callie. Hey, Taylor, are you ready for those new mats?
Yep, let's get started.
I saw him as moving ahead of time. You can't be moving at all. It's not a van, it's a light. We're going to get them restacked and re-racked. We'll see what his competitors want them to do down there. It's all about the racers here. If they want to say let them re-go, we'll let them re-go, but I had them as a jump. He wasn't across the line. What do you guys want to do down there? Dead? Racer dead? I saw him was moving ahead of time. $51. We can rewatch it on the live stream. It's going to be recorded. I had it as a jump. You can make it up, Mike. You got him. As Mike's going to be on the pole position, Kelly right next to him, 2600. Then Steve Blake on the black and red. Then Haig on the outside. Looks like 26 and 69 side by side with the 67 right there with her. Kelly battling with Blake. Blake with a fistful of throttle around the outside. Kelly right there with him. It's going to be Hunter, then Blake, Cantola. Williams already got himself up into fourth place. Mike already reeled in two on the start. I knew Mike could get it right back. It's going to be all follow the leader, though. Nate Haig's going to go to the inside. Richard Haig is going to follow him to the inside as Mark Hunter holding off Blake. Blake right there in second place coming across that Liquid Molly finish line as it's going to be Cantola and then Haig and then Williams. Race number 11 on the line. Race number 11 on the line, please. All right, we got Hunter out in front, opening up a one-turn lead over Steve Blake. Steve Blake in second. Cantola still in third. Nate Haig in fourth, and the missile right there with Haig in mid-pack. Richard Haig in behind Mike. Race number 11's on the line. Race number 12, you're staging up next. Whoa, Blake's going to go to the inside, Hunter to the outside. Blake trying to reel him in. Green flag is out. As Mark Hunter's holding off Steve Blake as they're coming inside, outside. Let's see how they're at the merge. Looks like Steve made up a little bit of ground right there. As they're at the merge buoy right now, Mark Hunter checking his shoulder, looking over it. Looks like Blake is right there about to turn back. Kelly Stewart Cantola still holding on to the bubble spot in third place. That's going to be Haig in fourth and Williams in fifth. Williams made up a lot of ground on the last start as Richard Haig's coming across the finish line now. Looking at the front of the pack. Oh, Blake makes the pass. Blake got around Hunter. I missed what happened. It was behind my sign here. As it looks like Hunter must have bobbled Mark Hunter and Blake got around him on that number 69. Black SXR with the red trim. Hunter on the black and green on that number 26 in second place. Kelly Sturt Cantola is still on the bubble in third. Nate Haig in fourth. And Mike Williams in fifth. We're going to get right back into racing, no intermission, so we want to keep it moving here this afternoon. Be ready to go. As Kelly Cantola is grabbing the halfway flags as Mark Hunter still holding on to second place. Steve Blake opening up a lead, turn and a half over second now.
Terry, I need a hand over at the live stream.
Here comes Richard Haig on that 417. Okay, folks, we will have a quick break in between motos 12 and 1. That way the course marshals can get refueled. and then we'll get right back into the second motos. Between 1 and 2. Between motos 1 and 2, we'll be taking an intermission for the course marshals. So GP Ski be down there ready to go. You'll race your second moto, and then we'll have an intermission. As Steve Blake is still holding off Mark Hunter. Steve Blake coming down that front stretch on that number 69 ski. Green flag is out for him. Mark Hunter still about a turn and a half back on the number 26. Kelly Sturcantola is on that bubble as Nate Haig's going to take a stab at her. Nate's working that inside split. Kelly's going to stick to the outside. Mike Williams is going to follow the leader to the outside. What do you guys think online? Was it a jump? Comment below. Tell us what you think. I'm going to look at it tonight. I want to know because I saw him as jumping. So leave a comment below. Let us know what you think. As it looks like Steve Blake, your race leader's on the backstretch, hitting that horseshoe now, coming across that 3-2-1 Kawasaki buoy. Still followed by Mark Hunter. Their teammates, they practice together all the time. They went 2-1-1-2 yesterday. So Blake almost goes down. He held on to it though. Mark Hunter right there with him, doesn't really make up any ground. As Richard Haig's coming through the inside split. Blue and yellow. Have it ready. As we've got third place, Kelly Sturcantola hitting that sweeper now. Williams is jammed up behind Haig. There we go, you're good. White flag getting ready to come out, pull that blue in, there we go. As Steve Blake is holding off Hunter. Hunter's right there with him, a half a buoy back. As here comes third place, Kelly Cantola on that number 67 Peak Power Sports Racing machine. Oh, Hunter goes down. Cantola could make the pass. Oh, Hunter's beating himself up. You can see it as Kelly Cantola comes up into second place now. Mark Hunter back into third. Now he's on the bubble. Mark Hunter must be getting tired as he took 2 knees during this race. Mike Williams right there with him as your race leader is getting ready to come up on some lap traffic. That's Steve Blake. Blake may not know he's got the breathing room that he didn't know he had earlier. So let's see what Blake does. He's got to get around this lapper. Richard Haig's pretty aware though. Blake's going to try to sweep around the outside of him. Kelly Cantola holding on to second place, trying to make up some ground as she's pushing hard around that right-hand sweeper. Blake is going to sweep around the outside, makes a pass on Richard Haig. Ryan Smith to the tower, please. Ryan Smith to the tower, ASAP, please. And here comes Steve Blake, 2 to go for him on that number 69 machine out of Shawnee, Kansas. Looks like he's going to make the pass and grab the checker flags. Give it up for Steve Blake. And Richard Haig through the inside. So second place is going to be Kelly Sturcantola. And right now in third place, looks like it's going to be Mark Hunter holding on to third place. And looking at the back of the pack, looks like it's going to be Nate Haig, followed by Mike Williams. Mike is fired up over that red flag. Again, comment online, tell us what you think. It's about 50-50 down here on whether there was jump or not. I saw him moving ahead of time. Ryan Smith, you got yourself another hole shot and another win. How'd it feel out there today?
It was good. Track about the same as yesterday. Water conditions a little rougher. It was fun. Good time.
I noticed you're taking that inside split a lot more consistently except for the last lap. Yesterday it was outside. Is that inside just working a little better for you today? You're just trying to challenge yourself?
Well, both, but the inside did feel a little faster, and I just like the rhythm of it. It's a lot better. The outside is a little bit tighter, so, but it flowed really nice, and I didn't see how the games are keeping up with my lead, so I just kept up the same thing.
Well, if it's consistent, it's working, just keep on doing what you're doing, right? Anybody that you'd like to thank that helped you get out here today?
I just want to thank my wife, my family, all my spectators. Aaron Dellinger's here, even good old buddy over there, Ken Abbott's here, and my old holder. He's here, Bill. So I'd like to thank everybody who's here helping. I also thank Thor, Slippery, see who else, Wasner Pistons, and Blue Marble Oil. So thank you.
All right, good start, and good luck at moto number 2. And we'll hope to see you on top of the podium. Thank you very much, Ryan. Looking at the lineup here, we got race number 11 down on the line. Race number 11 down on the line, we got the X2 Limited class out of Imperial, Missouri on number 939. Sponsored by Pro Watercraft Racing, Easy Ski Hitch Haulers, Dell's Jet Sports, Frank Teskey. Out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska, sponsored by Dean's Team and All Season Motorsports. Number 319 on the pole position, Bentley Cox. Out of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, sponsored by 405 Motorsports, Hamilton Customs, Thrust Innovations, VP Fuel, Amsoil, Smith Racing. Number 405, Christian Bain. Out of Omaha, Nebraska, on number 722, McKenna Berglund. And on the outside of the X2 class, out of Wichita, Kansas, on boat number 17, Shannon Watson. Out of Overland Park, Kansas, on number 71, 26 years old, Jacob Tien. Out of Pleasant Hill, Missouri, on boat number 325, is going to be Todd Bartle. Bentley trying to keep it straight. So we got Bentley on the pole position. Lined up next to Bentley is number 31, McKenna Berglund. Lined up next to Bentley is the 405, Christian Bain. Two. Kill it. Looks like McKenna Berglund was trying to get fired up. Looks like she's good to go. So we're checking them off. The X2 guys are saying, I'm good. Holder's trying to hold her back, Christian Bain looking at the tower. McKenna's giving a big head up. And 319, good to go. Looks like a good clean start. Oh, and the 17 dies on the line. Race number 12, you're on the line. 4-stroke lights. 10, 13 to 15, 4-stroke lights. You're on the line, please. Steve Blake to the tower, please. Steve Blake to the tower. And it looks like it's going to be Bentley Cox on that number 319, grabbing another hole shot. And I'm going to get the read. I believe that's going to be Christian Bain in second. I'll get a read here in a minute. Yep, that's going to be Christian Bain in second. As Bentley Cox comes through. Yeah, it's awesome out here right now. It's nice and breezy, about upper 80s, as Jacob Tien's in third place on the inside, Christian Bain in second place, followed by Brant Teskey on that number 939, as McKenna Berglund on that number 31. This is her first year racing. Got out there with Grandpa and her dad and her brother. Good to see her, and she's advancing pretty fast, as it looks like the number 17 had a hard time getting off the line there. And Bentley Cox on number 319, laying her over. Oh, we got a rider down. That's Christian Bain goes down. He was racing in second place.
Down, section D. Rider down, section D.
Bentley Cox on number 319 out in front. He's got plenty of room to breathe. The second place went down. Looks like the course marshal's got him back to his ski. And we're looking at the back of the pack. I see a couple X2s out there battling. That's going to be Tien and Teskey. Looks like Tien got passed. As McKenna Berglund is holding off the 17 of Shannon Watson. Shannon died on the line, but he got up and going again. As it looks like the 405 Christian Bain is back underway here. As we got the two X2s coming through now. That's the 939 of Brant Teskey, followed by Jacob Tien on the 71 and McKenna Berglund on that number 31. And it looks like Tien and Watson battling in the back of the pack. Oh, that's Bartle. I'm sorry. That's going to be Bartle. Race number 12, you're on the line. Race number 1 into staging, GP Ski. You're going to be up before the break. Once again, GP Ski, you're going to be up before the break. Be ready to go. All right, here comes your race leader. Man, he's already opened up a half a lap lead over second place. Bentley Cox coming across that Liquid Molly Marine finish line. As your second place and first in his class looks like it's going to be Brant Teskey holding off Jacob Tien. but. And then we got McKenna Berglund running second place in her class. She's holding off the third place X2 rider of Shannon Watson, it looks like. And then Christian Bain right behind her. Race number 12 on the line. Race number 1, be ready to go. Race number 1, be ready to go. Heads up on the ramp, guys. We're going to be taking an intermission in between race number 1 and 2. Intermission in between race number 1 and 2. As your race leader, Bentley Cox on a 319, he's getting ready to come up into a punch and lap traffic. You need to see that blue and yellow ready to fly. As Bentley Cox is going to go to the inside, everybody else to the outside. I bet you he picks a couple of them off right here. As McKenna Berglund is holding off the X2s, that little lady has come a long way since Hillsdale race, but it looks like Bentley Cox is going to kill 3 birds with 1 stone as he makes the pass on the inside split, followed by McKenna Berglund. Bentley Cox looking really smooth on that Yamaha Super Jet. He gets really low and really rallies those turns as he's got 1 lapper out in front of him now, but nothing but smooth water for him. White flag is getting ready to come out for Bentley. He's on the back stretch now. And let's see if he can make the pass. McKenna Berglund is in second. Christian Bain is in third. Where is Christian here? Christian's on the right-hand side of the course now. And Bentley trying to sweep around the outside of him, and he makes the pass. Half a lap to go down at 321 Kawasaki backstretch for Bentley Cox. Berglund holding it off. Oh, Bain made the pass. So Bain is coming up on Berglund. And Christian Bain trying to get around McKenna Berglund. Berglund in second, Bain in third. Let's see if Bain can make the pass. Bain is right there with him. Berglund's holding him off. Bain goes wide. McKenna's holding it tight as the checker flag's coming out for Cox. He's on the outside split right now. Christian Bain's got 4 turns to go. McKenna's getting ready to hit the decision buoy. It's one of the buoys. And McKenna's right there. Christian Bain slows down. McKenna's going to go to the outside. Let's see what Christian does. Oh, Christian's going to follow her and try to keep the pressure on. Christian goes wide. McKenna holding them off. McKenna's going wide. Christian trying to dive on the inside of her. McKenna's still right there with him, half a buoy. Christian Bain's got the speed. Christian tries to dive it in. McKenna's holding them off as McKenna's on the throttle. Christian Bain right there with her. Oh, Christian Bain stands it up and makes the pass at the very end over McKenna Wilson. Oh, man. Scott Wilson, old grandpa's pacemaker. I can hear it going off from here. All right, down here with Steve Blake. Steve, you took the win in your moto in the Master Ski Stock class. I know you come out in second, made the power. Saw Mark Hunter. How'd you feel out there in that race?
Felt really good. Mark was a tough competitor all weekend, and he decided to do a freestyle routine in the middle of the race. So I didn't think I had anything for him. I was trying to track him down. Luckily, he made a mistake. He was able to make a pass. So.
Well, you look pretty good after you got around him. I know you've been training hard and racing all over the Midwest. Hopefully you have a good start in moto number 2. Anybody that you'd like to thank that helped get you out here today?
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank Naughty Water Racers for putting all this on. Charles and Chart, great life training. And then, of course, all the Hillsdale Jackals for all the training. Oh, yeah. And
they always forget. I don't worry, I got your back. Well, Steve, good luck at moto number 2. Hopefully you pull a whole shot. And we're looking to see you, forward to seeing you up on the podium. Thanks for all your efforts. Thank you very much. We got race number 12 down on the line. Looking on the pole position, boat number 43, Lily Wright on that Yamaha Super Jet. Lined up next to Lily is going to be Tristan Hebert on that number 41. And then the 627, a Trent Cornett on the outside pole. As we've got race number 11 coming through. Race number 1, be ready to go. Race number 1, be ready to go. Lily Wright led a pretty good part of the race yesterday until she took a water sample, allowed Tristan Hebert to get around her. I know she's fired up, ready to get herself a moto victory today. Let's see what she can do on that number 43. Tristan Hebert with the bright green helmet. He's lined up next to her on that number 41. Looks like they're going to do 5.5. 6. 5.5.
Terry, you gotta come run the stream.
All right, looks like we got the call. They're going to be doing 5 plus a start for 5.5. Looks like 2 of them wanted 3 laps. 1 of them wanted 6. So we'll give them right there with what they want. Lily right on that pole position. Tristan Hebert giving a big head shake. Lily's good to go. Looking at the tower, and they're off. No movement on that start. It was a good, clean start. Tristan Hebert and Lily Wright going side by side going into that first turn. Lily's going to have the line. Tristan's going to have to go wide. Lily staying in the gas. Tristan coming around the outside. He settled into second place. Lily Wright with about 3 buoy lead. And looks like Trick Cornette trying to come up on the inside of Hebert. Let's see what happens. Trick Cornette battling with Tristan Hebert. And it's going to be Lily Wright around the outside. Lily Wright taking the whole shot as she's at that decision buoy coming down that Commander Industries front stretch. And Tristan Hebert's going to go around the inside. That inside's been working good for Tristan. Lily's laying it over, getting low. Let's see what Lily can do here on that number 43 as they're going side by side into that split. And it's going to be Lily Wright taking the whole shot on number 43. Tristan Hebert on that 41 as they're making their way through the outside split section here. And Tristan Hebert's going to have the line, but Lily's got the speed. Lily's going to hold him off at the merge. Man, tell me those splits aren't even right there. As Lily holds him off for another lap, Tristan Hebert about a boat length back. Trent Cornette about a half a turn back from him. And now it looks like Tristan Hebert's going to take the line, and he gets out in front of Lily as Lily comes a little bit wide and has to check it up. Race number 1, be ready to go. Race number 1, GP Ski, you're on the line. GP Ski, you're on the line. Then we're going to take a break for moto number 2. GP Ski, you're on the line. Chris Cowan on the line. Commander guys down the line. Gaskin, you're on the line for moto number 1. Then we'll take a break going into moto number 2. All right, we got race number 12 out there. We got race number 1. The GP Skis heading to the line for their second moto of the afternoon. Then we're going to have an intermission in between motos number 1 and 2 as we still have Hebert. Looks like Cornette's moved up into second place as Lily Wright's moved back into third. As Tristan Hebert's out in front, he's got 3 laps to go after this. Tristan with that big green helmet, he's easy to see. Trick Cornette is a really consistent young rider. He started here, 3 years ago, I believe, and he has really developed a long way. And that kid can really rally one of those TR1 powered GP1s. So Tristan Hebert still coming across that Liquid Molly finish line in first place. Tristan holding off Cornette. Cornette coming down that Commander Industries front stretch now. Lily Wright has slipped back by about 2 turns, it looks like, on number 43 after taking the whole shot. As Lily Wright's coming down now. Bentley Cox to the tower, please. Bentley Cox to the tower. And we got GP Ski down there on the line ready to go as we have got your race leader trying to hold off second place. Tristan Hebert going on that inside 3-2-1 Kawasaki split. Trent Cornette on that Commander Industries split on the outside. Have a nice trip. And it looks like Hebert, 2 to go for him. 2 to go for him. As Trent Cornett's coming across on that 627. Lily Wright still holding on to third on that number 43. As it looks like White. Tristan Hebert opening up a full turn lead over second place Trent Cornett. As we got GP out there warming up, getting ready to go for their moto. Then we're going to take a quick intermission. Once again, thank you everybody for tuning in on our Liquid Molly live stream. Huge thanks to our title sponsor, Liquid Molly, for sponsoring the USA Jet Tribe Series of Champions live streaming all season long. Big thanks to our partners. Without them, we couldn't do it. Certainly appreciate everybody supporting Naughty Water Racing. As Tristan Hebert's getting ready to grab the white flag. 1 to go for him. Tristan's going to keep working that inside split. Trent Cornett's on that outside split. Trent on that Commander Industries line.
Yep.
Tristan on that 321 Kawasaki line. 1 to go for Tristan. Let's see if Cornett can reel him in. As Lily Wright is making her way around the outside split now, going down that Commander Industries front stretch. As first and seconds opened up a pretty good gap over Lily. Lily's second year of racing, I believe. Daughter of Jeff Wright, the infamous vintage ski racer. Tristan Hebert on that backstretch now. Half a lap to go for him. So we have got Tristan Hebert half a lap to go as he's coming around the sweeper. Good start, Mark. All right, we got a request. If anybody finds a GoPro floating out there, Mark Hunter lost his GoPro during that race. So if anybody comes across a GoPro with a float on it, please return it up here. Speaking of, we found some nice sunglasses yesterday in the pits that were left down on the shoreline. If you're missing your sunglasses, come see me. So the win's going to go to Tristan Hebert. Second place is going to go to Trent Cornett. And looks like third place is going to be Lily Wright. And I'm going to be down here talking to Bentley Cox here in a moment. Bentley, you got yourself another great, fantastic hole shot. How'd it feel to be out in front? Calm. Now, yesterday you had a little bit of a problem going side to side. You kept going where you were looking. And yes, today it looked like you had your head up. Did that make the starts feel a little better for you?
Yeah.
Well, it looks like you blew them away. Yeah, and how many races are you racing out here this afternoon? How many motos?
3.
Are you tired at all? I know you got a long drive home. Do you do any driving, or you just sit there and be a passenger princess?
Passenger.
Well, I know you have a whole team of support. Is there anybody that you'd like to thank that helped get you out here today?
TC Freeride, Flow Vision, my parents, All Seasons Motorsports, and Wilson put me in powder coat.
All right, well, thank you very much. Good luck at Moto number 2. I know you got a lot of racing coming up. Go get yourself fueled up and ready to go. Thank you very much for being out here. All right, you guys, getting them lined up down there on the line. We should have Webster on the pole. He gets first choice. Scheck gets second choice. Catola's getting third choice on the outside. So let's see here. Gaskin, he looks like he's lined up. Lewistra, you're in fourth. You got it. And Fain on the outside. You got it. We need a holder for Lewistra. We need a holder for Lewistra, please. What do you guys want to do? 8 or 10? 8? All right, looking down the lineup here. Let me get my sheets right. All right, looking down the lineup on that pole position on that number 127 out of Phoenix, Arizona. Sponsored by Commander Industries, Team Faith, Works H2O, Blosian is Rylan Webster. Rylan took the whole shot and ran it wire to wire in moto number 1. out of Hesperia, California. On number 28, Cooper Schexnayder. Lined up next to Cooper on the number 973 is going to be Chris Cowan out of Gardner, Kansas. Lined up to the right of Cowan on number 22 is Tyler Gaskin out of Henderson, Colorado, sponsored by Gaskin Granite. Next to Gaskin is going to be the 321 of Justin Lewinstra. On the pole position on the outside, number 67 is going to be Cantola, Rick Cantola. And on the far outside, number 17, Craig Fain out of Oklahoma. Craig on the outside, we got Webster on the pole position, looking for any jumps. Everybody's holding tight, and it's a good, clean start. And it's going to be Cooper and Ryder Webster side by side for the start. And Lewinstro's right there with them. Looks like Lewinstro's in third. Cowan didn't have such a good start in this moto, and Cantola's right there. But it's going to be, I can't tell if it's Cooper or Ryland out in front. I believe that's going to be Ryland out in front. Cantola in third. Here comes Lewinstra. Pushing out Cantola, Ryler down. And it looks like 127 taking the whole shot. Ryler and Webster as the 28 goes down. So that's going to be Cantola in second, Lewinstra in third, Cowan in fourth as the 28 comes off his boat. Looking like he's back to his skis, man. 28. Cooper Schexnayder stuffed it in that turn. He was going wide open next to the 127 and went down. Tough break for Cooper, but let's see if he can reel him back in as his teammate Ryland Webster out of Phoenix, Arizona is on the backstretch. But Lewinstra is battling with Cantola, and Lewinstra makes the pass on Cantola. Cantola now on the bubble. Cowan in third, Gaskin in fourth. Fifth, Cowan in fourth. And your race leader, the 127, coming down that Commander Industries front stretch on the outside now. That's the 127 of Ryland Webster. Justin Lewinstra in second place at Decision Buoy now. Rick Cantola in third. He's coming across now. Justin's going to follow the leader to the outside. So is Cantola. First, second, third down the outside. Cowan in fourth place. He's going to take the inside split on that 321 Kawasaki line. As Justin Lewinstra is down the front stretch now across that finish line. Followed by Cantola. Here comes Cowan. Cowan challenging Cantola. And don't rule out Gaskin on that number 22 as number 17, Craig Fain, coming across with Cooper Schexnayder rounding out the field. Looking back at the front of the pack, Ryland Webster trying to open up a lead, but Justin Lewinstra trying to reel him in. We're going to have an intermission after this, folks. Thank you, everybody, for watching online. You're watching Ryland Webster out in front with Justin Lewinstra in second place on the number 321, followed by Rick Cantola, Chris Cowan, and then Gaskin in fifth. Looking at your race leader, he's at the Decision Buoy now, coming down that Commander Industries front stretch. Let's see which way he's going to go. He's sticking to the outside. Lewinstra is back by about 3 turns as Cantola's holding off Cowan and Gaskin. Webster is coming down that Liquid Molly finish line right now, still holding on to first place. 6 to go for Webster as Lewinstra is in second place. Cantola's in third. Cantola's going to follow the leader. Cowan's going to go to the inside and see if he can't make it work. Gaskin's going to go to the outside. Gaskin in fifth. Let's see if Gaskin can make the pass on Cowan. Cowan has stopped, hold SXR 1500. Everybody else on GP1s. And Cowan's making it work for him. As Cowan's still holding on to fourth place. And Tyler Gaskin in fifth. And here comes Cooper Schexnayder trying to reel him in. Cooper is a fast rider, but he's got a long way to go to catch up to first place as Ryland Webster's on the backstretch all by himself. He's opened up the entire 321 Kawasaki backstretch, and he's got that flat water, but it is choppy out there, he said. It's picking up. You can feel that wind. It's just a different vibe. He said it felt like the back of the ski was dancing a little bit on him. So it's just a little different water than what he's used to, but he's looking really smooth as he's taking advantage of being out there. I'm sure he's looking for his teammate over his shoulder. I'm not sure if he's aware that he went down or not, but Ryland Webster looking really smooth down that front stretch as Justin Lewinstra is at the Decision Buoy now, still followed by Cantola on the 67th and the 973 of Chris Cowan. And, Cooper Schexnayder making a shot at Gaskin. Schexnayder with the line, and he gets around Gaskin. Now, Schexnayder's going to have to make the pass on 973. Schexnayder's going to go to the inside split, see if he can make it work for him as second and third place are on the outside, Cowan in fourth, and it looks like Schneck Snyder's going to get Cowan, and he does. So Schneck Snyder moves himself up into fourth as he takes down Cowan in fifth. Schneck Snyder coming around the outside split, the inside split, Cowan on the outside. Cantola checks it up, and Schneck Snyder looks like he's going to take down Cantola. So Schneck Snyder makes up a ton of ground. Schneck Snyder now up into third place behind Lou Instra. As your race leader is by himself. Right here. Yep. So you got Craig Fane coming around the inside, and it looks like the 127 is going to make the pass. Craig Fane sees him. Halfway flags are out, as it looks like Justin Lewistra is bouncing around. Cooper Schneck Snyder's right there with him. Let's see if Schneck Snyder can reel him in. I have a feeling they're going to take opposite splits. Justin's pulled down at the decision buoy. Schneck Snyder closes that gap up. Cooper right there with Justin. Justin's going to go to the outside. Cooper's going to go to the inside. Cooper on that 321 Kawasaki line. Justin on that Commander Industries line. Cooper looking really fast. Justin with them side by side through the splits, but it's going to be Cooper. Cooper moves himself up into second place as Justin moves into the bubble third. But now Cowan's battling with Cantola. Cowan can make the pass on Cantola, and he does. Cantola moves back into fifth place as Cowan on that Stockholm 1500 is making these GP skis work for it, as Gaskin's right behind Cowan on the inside split section, and Cowan is going to hold off Cantola. Cantola's got the speed on the outside, but Cowan hammers down. Cowan now trying to reel back in Lewinstra, as Lewinstra is going to have his hands full in third place. Let's see if Cowan can move himself up. And Ryland Webster's all by himself. Green flag is out for him. 3 to go for Ryland Webster as he's in cruise control now, as Craig Fane coming around that outside. Craig on that number 17 about to go a lap down, as Cooper Schneck Snyder is going to go to the outside. He's following him. As Lewinstra at the decision buoy now in third place. It's 12:07. We're going to take about a half-hour intermission. We're going to get back into the second set of motos for everybody else. Cooper Schneck Snyder is on the throttle. Craig Fane's going to swing out wide, allow Schneck Snyder to go. As Lewinstra is on the outside split, Cowan's going to follow him. And it looks like Gaskin's going to take a shot at him on the inside. And Cowan coming across that Liquid Molly finish line now, still holding off Cantola. But now Gaskin's battling with Cantola. Gaskin on the inside split, Cantola on the outside. Cantola riding as hard as he can. And Chris Cowan trying to reel in Justin Lewinstra. Justin Lewinstra on the bubble as Cooper Schneck Snyder makes the pass on the 17 and Craig Fane, the lapper, no problem. As Cooper Schneider's got a long way to go to try to reel in Ryland Webster. Ryland Webster out in first place. He's going to cross that finish line with a pretty healthy lead. He's got the whole front stretch. So Ryland's got himself a ton of breathing room, but he's got a lot of lap traffic he's getting ready to come up on, as he's going to have to work his way through it. He looked really smooth in moto number 1, getting through those lappers. Let's see if he's patient and takes a stab at it. He's got a healthy lead, so he doesn't need to risk anything. As Cooper Schneck Snyder coming through on that Commander ski in second place. Cooper lost his goggles on that wipeout. Once again, if anybody finds a GoPro out there floating, we're looking for it for Mark Hunter. So Craig Fane coming through. Here comes third place. Justin Lewinstra still followed by Chris Cowan. Cowan on that Stockholm 1500, followed by 67 of Cantola, and then the 22 of Gaskin. And here comes your race leader, 127. And it looks like the 127 getting ready to come up into some lap traffic. He's got plenty of room. As second place, Cooper Schneck Snyder's at the decision buoy now. And meanwhile, first place has already passed the merge on the other side of the track. So he's got plenty of room. Let's keep our eyes on the 127. 127 trying to get through Gaskin right now. Gaskin taking it wide. Ryland Webster right there with him. Ryland should be able to sweep around the outside of him here. Ryland looks like he's taking his time. I got 2 to go. 2 to go. And it looks like he gets out of his way. 127 takes down one lapper. But we got a good race going on. keep it held in. This is our second and third place. Third place, Justin Lewinstra. Fourth place, Cowan. Throwing the blue and yellow. And as the 127, Ryland Webster looking for it. 2 to go for Ryland. Your race leader, motoring hard. He's picking him off on that backstretch. Ryland Webster being patient. He knows he's got the time as Cooper Schnecksnyder, second place, coming across the finish line now. Ryland Webster still has him bested by a half a lap. But Luke Cooper went down on the start, and he's made himself up all the way back into second place. I just don't think he's going to have enough time to get himself a moto victory. So right now, Ryland looks like he's looking to go 1-1 today as he's behind second and third. That's third and fourth. Lewinstra and Cowan battling. We're not going to throw a blue and yellow because these guys are in their own race. So Ryland Webster's got to pick his way through there. Ryland's on the second on the outside behind Lewinstra. So get ready for that white flag. Cowan trying to take down Lewinstra. And Cowan's going to get him at the finish line. White flag is out for 127. He's looking tired. He was shaking his head. He's like, I can be done here. Justin Lewinstra looking over his shoulder. Cowan looking to take down Lewinstra. Cowan looking to get himself up into third place, but Lewinstra's got that horsepower as third and fourth are battling. Ryland Webster right there with him. Ryland closing that gap. He's got to be patient. He's got plenty of time. White flag is out for the 28. And it looks like Cowan's going to make the pass on Lewinstra as here comes Ryland Webster on the inside of Lewinstra. Ryland Webster is going to make the pass. Now he's got to get up into third place. Let's see if he can get around Cowan. He just got to be patient. Cowan on the bubble now in third place on that stock 1500. Stock hole out there racing with the GP1s. Cowan took third place in moto number 1, and he's currently racing third place in moto number 2. Good job by Chris Cowan on that stock boat versus these GP1s. Hate to see what he can do on one of those monsters, as it looks like Cowan's going to go to the outside, and the 127, Ryland Webster's going to follow him. Checkered flag coming out for the 127 and the white flag for the 973. Let's see what happens. Cowan's going to stay on the lead. Good job to 127. Ryland Webster with the win. Ryland Webster out of Phoenix, Arizona, sponsored by Commander Team Method Works X2O and Blosian.
Tell Cowan to finish the race. Tell Cowan to finish the race. Hey, tell Cowan to finish the race.
As it looks like second place is going to go to Cooper Schnecksnyder on 973.
Chris Cowan. White flag on the last lap.
Cowan, go! He needs to finish. Chris Cowan.
All right, sorry, I had to get a little excited there. There was some confusion. There was a white flag out. Cowan thought he was going down, but we're trying to get him to finish the race. All right, we're going to have an intermission between second and third place.
So you want to give us the sign off? Steino, can you give us a sign off? What's that? Yep, gotcha.
All right, so we got Chris Cowan out there. He's on the lead lap, finishing up right now. Big thanks to everybody tuning in online to day number 2 of the Mid-America Season Finals here in Clinton Lake, Kansas, and Lawrence, Kansas. Big thanks to Jet Tribe for being part of the USA Series of Champions. It was a great day of competition out here. Congratulations to Riley and Webster for going back-to-back with the moto victories here all the way out of Phoenix, Arizona. Cooper Schnecksnyder, hard start, but comes back out, takes second place overall. Chris Cowan taking third place overall for the day. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. And a big shout out to Naughty Water Racing and Charles Ginchard Photography, as well as Commander Industries and 321 Kawasaki for all their support. Once again, we hope you guys enjoyed the live stream, and big thanks, of course, to our live streaming sponsor, Liquid Molly. Without them, it wouldn't be possible. So we appreciate everybody's support. We're looking forward to seeing you at our next rounds down in Lake Kalamazoo City and down in Texas in Region 5. We hope to see you there.
Looking for high quality performance oil, Liquid Moly Marine is my go-to oil. 2-stroke and 4-stroke, on and off the track. It's the best choice for me, and it should be yours as well.
And I ride for Team Commander. My favorite thing about my GP1 is the fact that it's super stable in the rough water and how good it handles. My name is Karis Webster, and I race the Commander 1050 GP1. My favorite thing about this ski is it's the perfect transition from junior lights to the GP class. Hey guys, it's Taylor Smith. We're here at Jet Trim getting some new hats for race season. Let's go inside.
Hi, Callie. Hey, Taylor, are you ready for those new mats?
Yep, let's get started.